What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream. Today's video is going to be talking about, other than just identifying potential, like we always do in the pre-market live streams, it's going to be how to identify a good entry when trading stocks. This could be good with swing trading and day trading. This is just again my best practice. Market just opened, so no way is this the only way that you can do it. This is just me simply sharing my best practice. If you're not a part of TechBud Solutions already, the link is down below. It says free Facebook group, and you can join over 40,000 members worldwide. And the thing that we do best is we provide a free and simple platform for both new and experienced traders. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to start sharing my screen. I want to say what's up to everyone that's joining us right now. So we have 100, 120, 140 people that are joining us, so it's increasing pretty quickly. And again, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. There we go. Again, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. If you're like, what the heck, Ricky? What is this platform? Simply make your way to my channel and click on this video. I made a video yesterday on how to use and set up the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform since it was so highly requested. And they said the last couple of ones that I made for Thinkorswim sucked. So DCTH, huge, right? Had the support at 13 cents yesterday. Boom, dropped all the way down to 9.5 cents. Came back up and looks like it's trying to hold above now 10 cents. That is why we don't hold a penny stock overnight. I can't stress that enough. There's so many people that probably bag held this stock because they, probably caught it like super high at 24 cents or at 20 cents, something like that. That's why it's so important to cut losses. If you guys don't know, we have 3 rules with TechBud Solutions, and that is we never invest in anything without or based on anyone else's opinion. We never trade stocks we don't understand, and we always have a plan when trading. Why is that important? Well, just like DCTH, why would you invest into a stock that you don't know where the support or resistance is? Is it just because it's overhyped and because someone's telling you to do it? And if that's the case, then maybe you should take a couple more, just dedicate a little bit more time on working on, how to identify good buy points and stuff like that. So I'm going to set my alert there. I just want to have a better understanding. And if you guys have seen, the market is pretty green today. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of stocks that, because yesterday was such a red day, and that's not a surprise, a lot of stocks are picking up today, which means AMD had a huge drop yesterday all the way to lows. It had like a 4 to 5% drop. So where's it at? What the heck? Come on. Oh, I changed it. So the drawing style, we're going to go here to trend line because I want to see that percentage difference. There we go. Went down about 4.27%. Since market close at like $12, it's back up. It looks like it had a resistance. Usually has a pullback, but it looks like it's trying to hold above 12.10. And okay, so I'm going to break it down for you guys the best way that I can. And again, I want you guys to understand that this is not the only way that you can break down a stock. Some of you guys might be asking, Ricky, why isn't that you haven't been day trading so often? I wanted to get back into day trading this week, but I'm still swing trading a series of stocks. And I'm going to explain to you, I kind of think not just like, it's not just about okay, so I met up, me and Justin met up with a member with TechBud Solutions. We met up at Raising Cane's, so we had dinner. Super cool. We do that quite often. And they were asked, he asked us, how is it that you identified like a good buy point? And there's so much more than just, identifying potential, managing your risk and then going for it, right? There's the mindset behind it. And I think I want to talk about the mindset on how to identify a good entry and how to deal with it. Again, this is my mindset when it comes down to actually taking a position. In no way is this the only mindset that that you can, like try out. But I think kind of taking this approach, if you guys want to try it when you're doing simulation trading, which is paper money, might be something useful in the long run, right? So I'm going to start sharing my screen again. I'm sorry that I showed you my ugly face. And all right, so let's say, well, let me just go down the list and start checking up on all these different stocks. So Macy's, real quick, has continuously been having a downward trend. Today finally makes its mark and is starting to trend back up. If you guys don't know this, Macy has, after its earnings report, dropped, huge as of that drop from there, looks like it's really starting to trend back up. Therefore, again, if you're trying to invest in something that's showing signs of upward momentum, this might be it. Does it mean that it's going to continue to rise? No. Does it show potential for it to continue to rise? As long as it holds above $20. So set up a plan, manage your risk, and then go for it. But definitely does have a lot of margin to make up. And this is more of a, again, multi-billion, I'm not even sure if it's a billion-dollar company anymore, but obviously, just dropped below 20. Looks like it's experiencing a pullback, but definitely, I mean, potentially a swing trade for this specific stock. I mean, I do see value in it. It looks like it's been holding above $19 altogether. So there's this form of risk, but again, since it's such a high cap stock, let's see, 3% when the potential for profit is probably so much greater. But it's up to you, right? Whatever it is that you see value in. Yeah, about 14%. So let's continue going down. IDX, if I'm not mistaken, is opened pretty good. Yeah, IDX looks like it's peaking out at 150 though. So I'm going to set my alert there, and I'll make sure that I keep the TechBud Solutions group chat up to date on when it breaks above 151. INFY, pretty red day yesterday. Had a pretty solid drop. Tried to pick back up, and again, not much. It looks like, let me see. No, it's just, if you look at this altogether, I mean, it doesn't move enough throughout the days. It's not really trending up. It's kind of like all over the place. It like bounced, then it had a drop, bounced, then had a drop, and just not showing signs of upward momentum, or the margin isn't worth it, I think. So let me do a 5-day analysis right now. Looks like AKS is trending back down, support at around 515 based on a 2-day low, as well as maybe 5 days ago as well. Resistance, yeah, probably not worth that position. I called this one out yesterday, SQ. I called out, I mean, again, I trade SQ all the time, and I felt like it was a good buy at 24 because it's had an overall support at 24 before, 24 flat, as you can see. That's why I identified it to be a good buy. A couple people were able to jump in. It's up about 3%. Resistance again at old support, which is new resistance, which is going to be about 25. So it's up to you if you guys want to lock in profits or follow with the trailing stop loss. But just know that that is a resistance. That's where it usually peaks out at. But sometimes it does end up hitting around 220 to 240. So again, don't be greedy and just go for the profits. So DNR looks like it's really trying to hold above $1. And this is kind of a make it or break it for DNR. If it breaks below $1, then again, it's going to continue most likely trending back down. It really looks like it's trying to bounce. It's kind of flatlining, if you guys could see here at $1, 103. So therefore, if you have a stop loss, that's about 3% potential for loss. If it continues to break, it looks like it's at 107, 108. It has, more margin for profit, but on a continuous downward trend. So this one's quite risky. It's kind of a make it or break it. Kind of like RAD was yesterday, guys. We called out RAD. We called out the support at 22, right? $2.22 that it's had overall, I think. So we did a 20-day analysis. Overall support, right, back at the support. And it went to lows of 221 if you guys didn't check out yesterday's live stream. Right now it's at 226. You're like, well, Ricky, what the heck? It's not, much growth. I 100% understand. DCTH went last year above. Okay, DCTH looks like it's trending back up. Again, it was 2.28%. So again, that would have been decent for a day trade. When it comes down to consistency, margin for loss, wasn't really there. It's, if you got in at 221, the support is at 220. Therefore, it's a little bit less than half of a percentage. So DWT looks like it's back at an old support, but most likely going to continue trending back down. We called this one out perfectly yesterday. I don't know if you saw yesterday's live stream. It had a double bottom here at 27. Called out the old support, which is at $30. New resistance, just like we called it out, guys. Peaked out and is now trending back down. So again, what are we going to be waiting for? What are we going to be patient for? We're going to be patient for the bounce. Freaking crap. All right, so I'm still in JDST, and this thing was trending back up. I was up since I'm in at an average of 59. I'm gonna have to double check. I think I'm in at an average of 59.30 or 59.03. So I mean, I might be up or I might be down very little. But I saw that I was approaching the resistance here at $60 during pre-market hours. it looks like it experienced the pullback like it normally does. But overall, so I'm gonna just go very quickly down. No, not as day trades, but let's do like 10-day. Well, that sucks. Let's see. All right, CTRV trending back down. Yeah, trending back. It looks like it's almost flatlining now. Of course, here at 42, but definitely not much more, but not much potential, I think. Oh, I like this support at $1. It looks like it's going to be peaking out at around 130 based on its previous resistance. But it looks like it's been holding. Do you guys see that trend? Been holding above here, resistance at about here. Support, resistance, good buy, good sell based on what I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert and let it alert me when it goes below it. Continuous downward trend. Nothing looks like it's bouncing up. Resistance at about $4. So about 10% more potential for profit. Very close to 10% now. Okay. So I just wanted to go down the list and just talk about some of the stocks that might have been trending and stuff like that. But okay, so for swing trades, again, these are not the only stocks that you guys can be looking at. I'm going to be talking about swing trades because it's something that I've been focusing on, and I do have some news at the end of this video. I'm not going to make this video very long, but I want to talk about a very good best practice that I think that when it comes down to identifying a good entry, my entry practice is not 100% perfect, right? I definitely get in early sometimes, and this is the question that I got yesterday when I met up with this individual at Keynes, when he was talking to me like, every time that I take a position on a specific stock, it drops, right? And as soon as I sell it, it starts to rise. Like, I don't know who, if you guys want to let me know in the live stream, I'll look in the live chat, who in the live stream has experienced that. Every time you jump in, the price goes down, and then once you get out, then the price goes up. So what could be, like, I asked him, when he identified the potential and he saw that it was trending back down, did you have like a stop loss in mind, or were you managing your risk or something like that? And what it came down to was, yes, he had a whole plan broken down on like where he was buying, where he was selling, and where he was going to cut his losses. It looks like, yeah, you guys are all saying that a lot of you guys do experience that, and it's very common, right? I've been there and I've been in your own shoes. But the difference, especially that I've seen when it comes down to swing trading, the approach that I take is, look, you need to be extremely patient, and especially because we see all these different people, right? There's all this hype of all these different people jumping into a specific stock that they're day trading and make 5 to 10 to 15, 20%, sometimes thousands of dollars of profit, and we're over here writing a stock down, and it's very like impatient and discouraging when we're investing in something, regardless if, let's say, for example, JDST. That's one that I'm trading right now, and I've been swing trading it for about 2 to 3 days since my entry. JDST, I got in at the 59.03 or 59.30. I'm going to have to double check on that one. But relatively, when I show you my screen, relatively JDST at that specific price point, JDST. At that specific price point, if you guys do a 20-day analysis, based on where it stands and based on the trend that it usually bounces at around $60, usually peaks out at about 70, and not just within the past 20 days. We can do a 180-day analysis, and we can see that it's a very common trend. Again, low points and high points. We're at the low point right now, and most likely based on its history, it's most likely going to bounce. Does it mean 100% that it's going to? No, and that's why there's always this form of risk. But sometimes what people end up making the mistake of doing is that, they have a plan, they identify a good buy point on where they want to, purchase the specific stock. And as soon as they get filled, it continues to trend back down, and they become very impatient because everyone else is locking an enormous amount of profit, and they end up, not locking or having to cut losses and move on to, let's say DCT8. They try to get in because everyone else is trading and trying to make super quick profit. And they get in, and then they end up losing even more money in that specific stock. So something that I think that has worked for me, and I'll explain it in the description of this video, is that when taking a position for a swing trade, especially within the past 2 weeks, because I've been there. I mean, I used to day trade every single day with you guys, 2 to 3 times a day, and the profits that I would normally make, like, a day, is pretty much the profits that I'm making maybe like, every 4 days, or, in a week, because swing trading is so much slower. But even with day trading, a lot of people can experience the same issue. So what I do is I have to be showing you my screen. So what I felt like, that, wow, this thing's actually picking up, not that bad. So it broke above and it's starting to trend back up. Again, the old support or old resistance is at about 14, so it looks like it's trending up pretty quickly. Let's do JDST. But what? Oh wow! You guys see that tank? Okay, so right now, like, I'm in JDST, and I'm like, oh wow, like it just trended down, and I was just up. I should have locked in profits, or it's all over the place. We're being impatient. But what it comes down to is I had a plan, or I have a plan when it comes down to trading this specific stock. And what I mean by that is I've identified a low point, I've identified a high point of where I'm gonna, sell, and I'm gonna, again, try to sell anywhere above 65. So my approach is, once it breaks above 65, I'm gonna follow with the trailing stop loss, or I can put my stop loss at 65. So if it goes below it, then I'll just lock in profits. And then I'll lock in profits altogether at around $70, because I know that's the overall resistance. Understanding that, I know I have a 3% potential for loss, because that's the max loss that I'm putting. What I mean by that is, when I got filled at the 59.03 or 59.30, I have a my stop loss is set at 3% from my initial purchase price. Therefore, I've agreed to have set that cushion at the 3%, regardless of what happens. So it means that I have to be patient. It means that I have to stick to my plan, and regardless of what else is going on within the market, I've identified a margin of profit. And just because I'm being impatient, just because I'm seeing more opportunity elsewhere, that's, I think, where people make the mistake of they take a position on a specific stock, they take a loss, and then or they take a loss because they're impatient and it's not performing the way that they expected it to right away, and then they move on to another, like, low cap stock because they see more potential in it at that exact moment, and then they end up taking a loss on that one because, again, you got in too late. Everyone else has already gone into it. You started seeing the potential, but you saw the potential way too late. You jump into that stock and you take another loss there, and then you're like, well, what the heck? Let me go back into the other stock that I was swing trading, and again, it continues to drop down, and you're like, I just can't get this. But what it comes down to is, every single time you take a position, you have to understand that something that I like to wait for on how to identify a good entry for when trading is, when you identify support and identify resistance, you wait for the bounce, right? I got in on JDST. The reason I got in at 59 was because it went to lows of 58, and it bounced, and it went above 59. So therefore, I thought it was bouncing and trending back up. Unfortunately, I mean, it still has a margin of about $1 loss, or about $1 to move around, and that's okay. It definitely sucks that right now the people in DCTH could have just gotten in right now at like $11 or 11 cents, and have sold at 12.5 if I'm not mistaken, and just made probably what I'm going to make at the end of the swing trade. But it comes down to not worrying about what everyone else is doing, but just focusing on the plan and the structure that I have set up. So many people are so overwhelmed, or so many people are so concerned about what everyone else is doing. You guys need to understand that the group chat that we have is to, you're supposed to utilize it as exposure, but not, to a certain degree, not to, like, overwhelm yourself with a series of options, but to understand that when you find a good stock, focus on that. You don't need to be a part of the group chat when you found a good quality stock. How do you know if you found a good quality stock? It's you as the investor to be able to identify and label a good quality stock as a good quality stock. And there's nothing wrong with getting a secondhand opinion if you guys want to just ask, like, hey, look, I'm getting in at this point. Resistance is here. Does anyone else see the trend? Just getting someone to support your case, and you might hear something that someone else might say that you understand and you didn't take into consideration. But when it comes down to identifying potential and how to identify good entry, what I like to do is, when there's that margin of profit, kind of like for JDST, from 60 to 70, I like to wait for the bounce. I like to wait for the validation of the support, meaning that it bounces at that support, it trends back up, and once it starts to trend up, instead of trying to get in at the lowest point, I wait for it to start trending up. So I could have done, a better job instead of getting into JDST right now at, $59 and stuff like that, and kind of just riding the wave with that. I could have been a little bit more patient, and have done the thing where, I wait for it to break above 60, I wait for it to break above 61 or 62 or 63, and then ride it up that way. So just thought that I wanted to explain kind of my whole thought process when it comes to getting in at a better buy, because I've received that question so many times. So I wait for the validation of the support. I wait for the trend, for it to start trending back up. And therefore I have a better understanding that, the stock that I'm investing in is appreciating in value rather than, dropping in price and stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense to you. If it does, let me know down in the live stream. And if you have any questions, then let me know. I'd be more than happy to elaborate while we're in this live stream. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Dude is back with the dishes. Okay, so you have a unique way of explaining it, but yeah, be patient, trade with no emotions. So that I definitely agree on that. Damn, is your girlfriend making breakfast? No, I wish, but no, that was my roommate. Thane, you savage. I like that. Bought at 11:09, sold at 12:05. Let's check that out. Yep, this thing's definitely, look at that. We called it out. We called out the support that it had at 10, what was that, 10.5. It's trending back up. Overall resistance based on previously where it had as of yesterday is 14 cents. And it looks like it's having a pullback, guys. Like, there's nothing wrong with locking in profits, but I would expect most likely for there to be a pullback at least about 13 to 13.2. Oh, shoot, guys, today's trash day. So DCTH showing potential. AMD continue to trend back up, although it did experience a pullback. I like this. Most likely going to get back in. And again, AMD is one that I see value in just because of the low price or low point that it is. Basically, when you do an overall analysis. And again, I think because of the launch of the iPhone, this is definitely going to be able to assist as a catalyst for more volume or more demand for AMD, as this is a partner for Apple. And I definitely think it has a lot more margin for profit than it does margin for loss. But that's just my approach. And if you don't see it, then simply don't trade it. Guys, just like we said, again, I swear I'm not a fortune teller. But why is it that it had a pullback? Because every time that it has a really nice pump, people see that it's overbought and start locking in profits. They understand the previous resistance at 14 cents. Don't get greedy. If you guys are just kind of hoping for the best and kind of seeing what happens, then you're not gonna do well because you don't know where to buy, where to sell, or where to get rid of it. So work on that, and there's nothing wrong with really learning from that. So it looks like Ev is really trying to hold above $20. So I like that. That's definitely showing good signs. IDXG is falling back down from its peak at 140 or 150. SQ, just like we said, guys, man, we're calling these out perfectly. Resistance at 25. Look at that, 25.01, and it's peaking out, and doesn't mean that it's not going to break above. It just means that that's a good sell point based on the buy point that we identified yesterday and called out. And JDST, of course, the one that I'm in, guys, of course, the one that I'm in is down, right? We're not moving up like everyone else is. Again, I'm going to be patient. I definitely know that it has potential. For all those, and here I'll do this. For all those that are trading JDST or understand JDST, give the video a thumbs up. And for all those that don't, no, I was going to say give it a thumbs down, but I don't want, that wouldn't be very cool. But overall, like in all seriousness, I trade JDST, AMD, SQ, JNUG. They're kind of like my go-to stocks, right? I don't focus much on low cap stocks anymore, but because it comes down to it's a little bit easier for me to manage my risk when it comes to these higher price stocks because it's all about percentage growth for me. And because there's so much higher price, it's a lot easier for me to manage my risk. For those that are asking, should I start trading paper or low cap stocks or higher cap stocks? If I were to start trading right now, I would personally say that I would start trading higher price stocks. The reason why, it's easier to identify good buy points, good sell points, look at overall trends, and it takes a series of days for them to either move up or move down, therefore giving you more time to make a decision where you should cut your losses or where you should, get in and then lock in profits. So I hope that makes sense to you. Again, why would you get into a stock like DCTH that moves super quick when you don't even know the mechanics of trading? Again, I know DCTH and all these super low cap stocks offer great potential, but just when they offer great potential, just know that they offer great potential for risk and loss as well. Why discourage yourself as a trader? The last thing I'm going to say when it comes to trading, because I'm swing trading stocks, so you guys might be saying, Ricky, focus on stocks. I'm swing trading, so it just comes down to like, I'm not going to take position sizes on anything else. I was thinking of taking one for DCTH just because I saw the potential super quickly, but it looks like it's all dying out and the resistance at 14 cents is too real right now. I'm going to set my alert when it goes above that. If you guys did not see the video where my little sister took a position on DCTH and she killed it, 3.5% growth for her first trade. She used my Robinhood account and stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. But the last thing that I'm going to say is, I forgot. Gee willikers. I had it and then I forgot. Okay, well, I have some news. NAK boys. So a lot of people are calling out a series of stocks. Holy moly, man, I can't remember. So you guys are calling out. Okay, this is a thing aside from what it was that I was going to say. So many people are using and utilizing the group chat, I think, in the wrong way. So if you guys have seen the people that I've interviewed or the people that I shout out within TechButt Solutions that do well within the group chat are not always posting on the group chat. What I mean by that is they're dedicating their own time to identifying potential, making sure that the stocks that they're trading are the ones that they see value in. And once they see or have a series of stocks that they know are going to most likely do well, then they set up a plan and they stick to those. Why is it that they need to be on the group chat and overwhelm themselves with a series of options and all the different hype and nonsense that might be going on in the group chat? The group chat can be used for sharing best practices, sharing mistakes, sharing like entry points and exit points and stuff like that, and some news and stuff, as that's what the group chat is designed for to do. We have thousands of people within the group chat. Why would you put yourself in a position where you're just going to expose yourself to, like, right now there's an individual saying that individuals saying right now that NAK is up 10%. So right now, if I was a new trader and I'm in at JDST, again, I'm down on right now JDST is at 59, so pick back up. But right now I'm kind of like, I'm at the break-even point for JDST. When I see a stock, like people saying, oh, NAK is, up 10%. Why would I like expose myself to something when I'm already focusing on a stock? Why would I torture myself and to see what everyone else is doing? Because when it comes down to people being new traders, unfortunately, they're not very disciplined, and they always want to jump into like, where all the hype is at. And unfortunately, they make the decision to like, maybe cut their losses on the specific position that they're taking, move on to the next one, and it's too late to jump onto that specific stock. Just know that the people that end up doing very well within our group are the ones that dedicate their own time to identifying their own potential, dedicate their own time to making sure that they invest in stocks that they see value in, and they're kind of like lone wolves, right? They're doing their own thing. They use us for exposure, and they use us to kind of like share their ideas and network with us, but they don't rely on other individuals. And I think that's what really separates us apart. Well, you guys can be like, what the heck, Ricky? Why are you always messaging in the group chat? Well, I run the thing. So I have to be there, because if I don't, then I'm not even in there all the time because of the series of things that I have to do. But understand that, I want you guys to be messaging like day and night within the group chat, because I love just hearing from you guys. But I know that it's not the right thing that you guys need to do. Damn, JDST. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse my language. JDST is pumping right now. It went from 59 to 59.50 in like a second. But guys, like, I want you guys to utilize the group chat, but I mean this from the bottom of my heart, right? You guys don't need to overwhelm yourself by always just being in the group chat and overwhelming yourself with a series of options available when it comes to trading. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, because I feel like it might not be making sense and stuff like that. But yeah, so let me go ahead and and I'll just be talking about. Okay, so people are saying that it makes sense. Sweet. So that's all I wanted to make sure that at least there's a point of this video, since I'm not really day trading. But that's really just it. For those that are asking about, we actually just got new t-shirts, and I mean, like, I don't know if you guys can tell with the design that this thing has, but I think it's pretty sweet. It has kind of like that like bottom that's not flat. It's not fishtailed, but it's very faint. Again, guys, I'm not a very trendy guy, as you guys can tell, but I really like these shirts. I really like the material. It's like the stretchy material, and so many, we took a poll on to ask. I feel like we were, again, overcomplicating it when it came down to our actual t-shirts and everything it is that we were going to do, and I still have to confirm with the supplier and stuff like that, and everyone that's part of our group when it comes down to the actual production of the t-shirts. I actually brought on people that simply reached out to me within TechBud Solutions that wanted to assist with the design and the making of these t-shirts, and I just brought them on. Again, I don't want TechBuds to solely rely on. JDST went above 60. Let's go. I didn't want. And again, I'm overwhelming myself, and there's no reason that I should be, watching JDST right now rise, because I'm not going to sell right now. I'm not going to sell until it breaks above like maybe even just 63 or 64 and stuff like that. So, it's torture if you watch a low cap, not a low cap stock, but a swing trade move all over the place, because you just overwhelm yourself. It's just not something I think that's very healthy. But I brought on people that are a part of TechBud Solutions that excel in design, or excel in kind of just like clothes, or I don't know, design and stuff like that. And we, again, this is a very simple. It's one that you guys have seen me. I just wanted it to look simple, something cool, and I wanted it to be accessible for everyone. So what does that mean? Like I say, like I don't spend a lot of money when it comes down to clothes. I choose to invest my money in real estate, investment properties and cars, and just to make more money. So why would I try to sell a product that's overpriced, right? Therefore, everything it is that we're going to be, I can't. They keep telling me that I can't say the final price because we don't have all the figures that we're going to have to take into consideration when it comes down to when it comes down to like actually like when the shipping costs and all the taxes that we're going to have to be paying and stuff like that. But overall, I'm going to let you know that and overall it's going to be way less expensive than just a normal t-shirt. So just wanted to let you guys know that we will probably, if everything goes well, be launching and have them available for pre-order on Friday, and that's this Friday. So that's going to be in about, what is that, 3 days? So just wanted to let you guys know. I am going to keep you guys up to date on the purchase of my next investment property. So what I mean by that is you guys saw me make a video. I'm just going to share my screen for this. Oh, you guys saw me make a video. If we go a little bit further back about, let's see. Another rental property that was about 6 days ago. So that's when I put in the offer. The offer got accepted, and we are now, I believe today, like I'm sending out the earnest money deposit, and we're now in escrow. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date with that whole spiel. If you guys have any questions or want to go through any series of helpful videos, again, all the videos that I've made that answer frequently asked questions on, I would suggest for you guys to watch this one. I made this one with my little sister, and I explained to her, like, the whole mechanics of trading stocks. That's one that I would really recommend. And then this is what ended up happening because of it. So a lot of people actually really enjoyed this, other than just, having my little sister in the video. You guys are freaking crazy. And then, identify potential, the penny stock challenge, and just a series of other options, right? Once you guys get accepted to the TechBud Solutions, once you guys get accepted to the TechBud Solutions Facebook group, the main group chat link is right here. The one-to-one video call with Ricky, if you guys want to schedule one with me, the link is right here. And then all the different, links and information are all right here. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel, that would be cool if you guys can. But most importantly, please subscribe to Connor. He's a momentum trader. Brad, he's an OTC stock trader within our group. And Kyle, he's one of our mobile investments group leader, as well as he is a day trader as well. So he shares his best practice. and this is the Discord group chat. So oh, let's go right there. And then we have all this going on. So feel free to join. Everything that we do for you is free. And if you see any of the mods, again, the mods and the admins have different username colors. Just tell them thank you if you guys see value in that. I mean, we do this all for free, and we really just are trying to promote like a welcoming and encouraging environment and make it accessible for everyone and filter out manipulation. For those that are asking to be a part of TechBot Solutions now, there's a series of questions that you do have to answer to filter out spam. So if you don't answer them, then we're not going to approve you. If you do answer them, it's very simple questions. I'm like asking you like why you want to be a part of our group and stuff like that. So I want to thank you again for everything it is that you guys do. Okay. So now you guys are asking me to sum up kind of what I think you guys are asking me to sum up today. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to recap really quick on what I see value in. DCTH, I saw a quick little pump. We called out the pump once it broke above 12, called out the resistance at 14 cents, which was the old resistance. It's now experiencing a pullback, and it's starting to come back down. Therefore, it's seeing a downward trend. Not much potential there. I think for AMD, when it comes to swing trades, I see potential in that specific stock. It does not mean that you have to whatsoever. M is trending back up, finally broke above $20, and it looks like it's trying to hold above $20, which is a good sign. And then we have RAD that also bounced at the support and is trending back up. Overall resistance at 230, and if it breaks that, then around 240. SQ hit the resistance at 25, just like we called it out, and is now seeing a downward trend. Not much, and we might actually end up breaking above it, but again, just wanted to call that out. JDST called out the support now at $58 to $59. Overall resistance at around 70, based on a not only 20-day trend, but 120-day trend based on the support and resistance. And it looks like it's trending back up today. We just need to break above 60 and hold above 60, but we need to break that, and we need JNUG to drop down. Sorry for all those JNUG lovers. But that's really just it. DNR, we called out the support at $1. Looks like it's trying to trend back up, but again, realistically, this is not one that we're probably going to want to focus on too much. That's pretty much the recap. I'll put all the ticker symbols down below that I see potential in the description. I want to thank you guys again for joining. If you guys have any recommendations of videos that you guys would like me to make, again, the video that I made about TD Ameritrade on how to use the platform and how to set it up, I made it based on a member's request. So feel free to message me and let me know what videos you guys would like me to make or what questions you guys would like me to answer. Please do your DD. And I know those that are watching, you guys are watching for probably the whole video, so I appreciate that. And I'm sure this isn't you. But what I mean by that is please utilize Google, please utilize YouTube before answering or asking so many of the same questions over and over again within the Facebook group and within the comments. People always ask me what platform am I using? I'm using TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. How do you use it? How do you set it up? Search it. I have all these videos made. How to identify potential, how to manage risk, how to identify a good buy point. We have all these videos. You simply just have to search for it on the YouTube search bar and put my name next to it, and then a video will pop up. You don't even have to put my name next to it if you guys don't want to see me explain it. But I just want you guys to know that the content is out there. It just comes down to you really working for it. The thing that separates those that do well and those that don't is that I'm not here to spoon feed. I'm not here to spoon feed someone that's gonna be successful. Those that are successful are gonna they have the general understanding on what it is that they need, to make it happen, and they work as hard as they can to actually dedicate work. And it just, you guys need to work for it, right? We're here to expose you to the opportunity, to the potential, but it comes down to you for those that see value in the stock market, for those that see value in real estate, for those that see value in, sales, to set up a plan, understand what it takes to be successful, and then go for it. So if you don't understand what it takes, then dedicate a little bit more time to that specific aspect and learn how to trade or learn how to invest in the stock market, learn how to do sales, whatever it is. So I want to thank you again for everything that you guys do. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, we'd greatly appreciate it. But most importantly, guys, all we ask you to do is to provide a supportive environment. So if you could say one good thing to an individual within the group chat, that would be an amazing thing. Or down in the comments, feel free to let us know. Thank you guys all for the love and the support. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams, let your passion. Man, I always freak out at the very end because there's like this thing that I always say. let your passion be what drives you for your success. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.